box score. Bring your box score. Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay, those are your order.
All right. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, Wade. Look, for us, it was a good first step. I thought there's a lot to clean up and plenty to get better at. But I like the effort. I thought to come out that initial 8 minutes was really strong, and then give Maine credit because look, Chris does a terrific job with those guys. Very disciplined. They make you work late into the shot clock. So the sustained effort you have to have, defending, and then coming back and running good offense. I didn't think we did that consistently, but there's some really good things. For Cooper and Con, their first game to play the way they did, thought was really good. And I thought Tyrese, even though he didn't get a lot of shots, just the way he made others better. He had 5 rebounds, defended, made simple plays. I could go through each guy, but look, good first game for us. A lot to build on, a lot to get better at. Happy to answer any questions.
John Cooper said he was a little emotional seeing the Maine across the chest for the other team, and it's his first college game, and
right.
Everything he does is going to be dissected. Kind of, what did you think about sort of how he handled some of that in terms of maybe the shots weren't going down, but he was playing an all-around floor game?
That's who Cooper is, and I'm proud of him for, just impacting the game and playing every possession. And he was giving it everything he had. I think that's great that he can admit and say that he was emotional. I think that's natural. I think anybody is for their first game, let alone the fact that he's playing Maine, where he's from, where his mom went. But again, I thought he did, to lead us in assists, rebounds. I thought he was close to having 25 tonight, honestly, with some of those finishes, a couple open shots. That's going to fall. I think the thing that's exciting for him is just, for me, I should say, watching him, is just how he makes everybody better and how he plays every possession. So I thought it was a really good night for him.
You kind of touched on it talking about Cooper. There was a time in college basketball where a 3 or 4 year guy would get that ceremonial game with his home state team. He's a freshman getting his first game back his home state team. You kind of talk about that moment for him to play his home state team. We represent talk about him so much in his opener.
Yeah, it's a special thing, and look, nobody is representing the state of Maine, the way Cooper has in his young life, right? He's got a long way to go and all that, but I can feel just coaching him the pride that the entire state of Maine has. And, I think there's a mutual respect. We had a ton of respect for Maine as a team. They return, a lot from last year's group. That we knew how hard they were going to play. And it was a special thing for Cooper and hopefully for Maine as well, just to, share in that moment.
Coach, there was a stretch of about 10 minutes in the second half where Maine didn't get a field goal. What did you see from your team defensively there that you can grow on as the season goes on?
Well, just the effort. I really liked the effort. 5 guys were playing really hard. I have to go back and watch. I did think they hit some tough shots over the top of us in that first half to hang in there. And then even the second half, I wasn't happy with the rebounding in the first half. Thought we got, we really out-rebounded them in the second half. But just, you have to guard the ball. And if you guard the ball, you're not in rotations, and puts less pressure on the rest of your defense. I think there's a big part of it.
John, a couple things about the first half. First, the 14-0 run, what did you think of what you saw from the team at that point? And then the rest of the half when they weren't able to kind of pull away anymore and actually Maine cut in the lead a little bit there.
Well, for us, it was the first time we've really been hit back hard, and I think that was great for us to experience. I'm sure there's a small part human nature. When you get that lead, you think that, all right, it's just going to keep going this way. That's not how it works. And for us to experience that, I think was really important tonight. We have to be better, and they're going to be better. So that's one. And then to get the lead in the first place, I thought we were playing Duke basketball, defending and turning it into offense, finding open people, shooting our shots with confidence. And when they go in, I think you have a chance to go on some of those runs. And I do feel this team's capable of that. In a moment, you just have to sustain it longer.
John, it's not like it's a surprise because we saw it in the last month, and I'm trying to go back to the summer. But 22 points for Con seems so easy, and it comes on only 14 shots. Just how encouraging is it that he's able to kind of bring that from the preseason into the first game?
Yeah, I thought it was just great for him to see the ball going early. He's a multi-dimensional player, though. You know, the scoring was great, but I thought his defense was really good. If teams collapse, he's a really good passer, and he just plays every possession. You know, he not just plays, he competes every possession. So to me, that just sets a tone. And when there's a guy in the court you have to find, it just opens up the floor for others too.
Yeah, John, to follow up on Connor's question about Connor, but obviously Cooper, everything he does is going to be dissected. But as the Connor hype train has sort of reached its own levels, how have you seen him mature and handle some of that added attention that's come just given all his accomplishments to this point?
You know, the rare thing for both of those guys, I don't know if they see much. You know, I really don't. Like they don't. They're the same way. They've been the same way since day one, since they got here. Until game one. Right now, hopefully they continue that, but they don't get into articles and mock drafts, and they're about the work. And even tonight, I guarantee you Khan's pissed at himself because there's something he could have done better. It's how he's wired. And Cooper is the same way. They have great humility, and they play for the right reasons. It's not for the attention. It's because they love it. They love Duke. They want to be a part of a really good team. And that's unique.
Coach Gaman didn't have huge stats, but he had a big impact on the game, and he seems to do it very efficiently without getting in much foul trouble. Has that been something y'all have worked on, or is that just natural? I mean, he's able to play very aggressive without racking up a lot of fouls.
Yeah, I think the hardest adjustment for a young big guy is to know how to be physical, but to do it without fouling. And I think there's a process there no matter what. Because a couple times he could have, we call it body up, but he could have bodied up harder. But he's so coachable. He is so smart. I mean, so smart for not playing the game for such a long time. So he's able to pick things up quickly. You know, Jester Robinson has done a great job working with him every day. You tell him something, there's never any fight. Like, he wants to be as good as he can. And I think he's just scratching the surface as far as being a defender goes and impacting the game. I thought he had a couple really good catches too. Right by the basket, right by the paint.
I asked Cooper about the cramping at the end of the game. He told me that he wanted to give him extended minutes so that he could understand the rigors of the game. Can you just talk about that, wanting to have him do that, and then how to prevent the cramping, I guess, in the future?
Yeah, well, I think it's just part of the adjustment you have to make from going to high school to college. And, you know, 30 minutes there, I mean, the games he's played in up until now, they'll be playing the entire high school game except for 2 minutes. And so for Cooper, just to experience how hard you have to play, prolonged minutes, you know, we're going to want him in there. You know, so again, our medical team will be all over him about what to do to help, you know, hydrate better and all that. But I'm actually glad it happened, just for the experience of understanding how hard it is.
Last one here.
Non-basketball question. I wanted to ask this last time. Could you just elaborate a little bit on what Marcel does with the program? I know she's involved with a lot of things and does a lot, but could you just share with us some of the things that she is doing?
Well, Marcel, she's the head coach along with me, you know, just of course with our family and all that, but she's done a lot of work with the Children's Hospital, and that's been really important to her and to us. And you know, she pours her heart into that, trying to help kids. We have 3 young kids ourselves, and I'm just really proud to, you know, share this experience with her, because it's something else. It's something else. And you know, I just wanted to briefly mention too, we had a guy who hasn't been here in 20 years, in Luol Deng, and for me, it was special having Luol here. You know, I thought initially when I committed to Duke, I'd be playing with the wall. I was stupid for thinking that. I remember that. But sometimes you think things when you're 16 years old. And then he got drafted by Chicago, and he was like a big brother to me. I'd work out with him in high school, my time at Duke. So to see him back, and again, he doesn't want spotlight or anything. But I was just really proud to have him back, and so that was exciting. So shout out to Wall. Thank you.
Just for clarification, that was his first time back?
He had been back one other time, but first time for a game. Yeah,
Really?
first time for a game.
Wow.
So yeah, it's been some time. Okay, and one of my favorite music artists was here tonight. Zach Brown was here tonight. All right, so those two people. Okay, in addition to playing pretty well. All right, see you guys.